Hey guys, welcome to your general reading for Gemini. We are going to take a look and see what messages we have for you guys from Spirit. So this is going to be for your July 2025. Apply this to your own unique situations. You may like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you guys get notified on when my new videos post or when I go live. Also, if you guys are interested in wanting to follow me on my social media pages, personal readings with me on Zoom, pre-recorded, also on Cameo. The links and the details are in the description box below. Also, if you guys are interested in wanting to join my channel memberships, that would greatly be appreciated if you guys did join, just to support me and my channel. So, what messages do we have here for Gemini? Tell me about Gemini here. What messages do we have here for Gemini from Spirit? The main messages that are coming through for Gemini. We have an expression here. 1 plus 6 is 7. 6 minus 1 is 5. So one of the things I'm getting here is I feel like you guys are going through a lot of changes right now. You guys are definitely going on the spiritual path, the spiritual journey here. Perhaps you guys are trying to find yourself here with expression. You guys are trying to express yourself in the most truest, authentic way that you possibly can. We have destiny here. So I feel like what you're trying to do right now, or what you're being guided to do, is that I feel like your guides and your angels and your ancestors here says that you can change your own destiny here, but you need to have a plan in order for that to happen. Okay? So 1 plus 2 is 3, which is, planning, right? 2 minus 1 is 1. So I feel like there's an opportunity for a new beginning here for you. But that is only if you see the opportunity for change, okay, for yourself. So let's see. 9 of Wands here. I feel like with the 9 of Wands here, I feel like you've been through a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, a lot of hurt in your life here. And I feel like this is basically keeping you from moving towards what you're destined to do. Yeah, basically, essentially what's happening here is that, Gemini, you are blocking yourself from your own destiny here by perhaps holding on to this narrative that, you can't do better, or that this is where you're meant to be, okay? Or that, you don't deserve good things in your life because you're not working for it, basically. Yeah, you have to work for it in order for it to come in for you. Yeah, so, Gemini, these are general messages. It could apply to someone that you know, okay? So what doesn't Gemini see coming? What is Gemini not seeing here? What is Gemini not seeing? What is Gemini not seeing? Curiosity here, okay? And strength. I feel like you guys are not seeing your strength here. You guys are not seeing your power here. With strength here and curiosity here, I do feel like the ego could be getting in the way here, okay? The ego could be getting in the way of, blocking what you are not seeing here, okay? What happens is that when you are in your ego, it's quite hard to access the good that could come into your life, or the good that's in your life, okay? Because there's a narrative that you always need to kind of like protect yourself, or that you need to, kind of fight dirty in order for you to get what you want or something like that, okay? Or to get your way. But I feel like Spirit is saying that that's not how it works. Yeah, when you're in your ego, there's a hard time assessing, empathy, gratitude, compassion, understanding. The ego is the energy of someone that, that is in constant defense, fight or flight, in constant anger. Yeah, we have the Queen of Pentacles here and also the King of Wands here. This is about grounding yourself here. This is about also finding a balance between the feminine and the masculine energy, because it's deeply imbalanced here for somebody. Okay, so let's see what else we have. What spiritual lessons do we have here for Gemini? We have death. Some of you guys are going through a transformation here. Some of you guys could be going through ego death. Yeah, we have compassion here. Remember I was saying when you're in your ego, it's difficult to access compassion, love, empathy, gratitude. So I feel like you guys are definitely, some of you guys are going through some sort of transformation, ego death here, to find more compassion within yourself, to find compassion in others too. Okay, so we have death and compassion. What else do we have? Yeah, sometimes also when you're in your ego, it's quite difficult to see the truth or to see reality for what it is. Yeah, because ego is self-preservation. Ego is trying to protect your own narrative, to try and protect your own reality, okay? Which is not real. Yeah. So with a Page of Cups here and the Nine of Cups. This is about finding inner joy, finding inner happiness. And when you're in your ego, you can't find that. It blocks it from happening. Yeah. So what does Gemini need to release here? What does Gemini need to release? What does Gemini need to release? So we have alchemy. So this is about you being able to transmute this, transcend this here, alchemize this, okay? And I feel like with alchemy here, Spirit is saying that you have the power to do this. Basically, release that self-fulfilling prophecy, release the narratives that, you can't change, this is what it is, this is who I am, but this is not who you truly are. This is coming from your low vibrational self. Who you truly are is something that you haven't really quite tapped into yet. Because I feel like the coping mechanisms that you use to cope with your problems, this is what you were taught that's normal. This is what you taught this is what you were taught to cope with certain things that were unhealthy, or that you guys were told that these unhealthy habits were good for you when it's really not. Okay, and I feel like with responsibility here, this is about really taking responsibility for yourself and not pointing fingers at other people here for the suffering that you're creating for yourself here. Okay, so let's see. Alchemy, we have responsibility, we have the High Priestess here, Cancer, Pisces, and also we have the Fool. I feel like what you need to release is not taking this seriously and running away. Obviously, it's easier to run away, right? Yeah, it's easier to run away, but it makes your tomorrow harder. Yeah, so this is about facing the realities of what you're going through, moving through it, processing it, healing it in a healthy way, instead of doing what people said that, hey, this is good for you, this is how you deal with things, get a drink or something like that, get wasted, get high, do drugs and stuff like that. This is not a healthy way of dealing and processing your emotions here, okay? So what is being aligned for Gemini? Vulnerability here, okay? And presence. This is about being vulnerable. This is about being open with others here, okay? When you're in your ego, you're not really truly vulnerable and open here, and that you're not really truly being present with yourself here, okay? So I feel like this is about being present. This is about unplugging, okay? This is about unplugging and plugging into what is right in front of you, okay? So we have vulnerability and presence here. We also have the Ace of Wands. The fire has been lit here, all right? The fire has been lit here, and I feel like you just need to keep the fire going here, Gemini. What messages do we have here for Gemini from their ancestors and their guides? We have guidance, okay? And then we have magic. And then we have sanctuary. Your body is your temple, your mind, your emotions. I feel like you're being asked to take care of it in a healthy way here, okay? So like I said, certain coping mechanisms that people told you that, hey, it's okay to do this, it's okay to do that, to cope with certain things here. Spirit is saying that that's not the right way to do it, okay? And I feel like with guidance and magic here, this is about stepping into your power here, stepping into your magic, stepping into yourself here. And I feel like I said, you need a plan here, okay? I feel like someone here does not have a plan. Someone here is just completely lost and just walking around aimlessly, does not know what to do, okay? So I feel like that trajectory could completely change, but I feel like there are certain things that need to change in order for that to happen. And that change is something that you need to commit to and be fully present for it 100%. All right? So Gemini, I do hope that this was helpful. I hope that this resonated, and I'll speak to you guys in another read. Thanks, guys. Bye.